Da-na-na, da-na-na. Breaking
What's up,
news.
everybody? Breaking news.
That'd be awesome for the
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
ESPN ticker.
Immediately we get copyrighted. The podcast can't be on YouTube anymore.
Oh no, just
We get our monetization claim that we don't have.
Before we say that, that's how Shaq. Before Shaq, like, have you heard the why he signed to the Lakers? He was like got offered like $100 million for like 5 years, or like 80 million, and he was like gonna do it, and he was like, I was thinking about it, and he's like, then all of a sudden on my TV he goes, da-na-na, da-na-na, Alonzo Mourning, 5-year deal for $100 million. He's like, I gotta be worth more than $100 million. He's like, I call him and I'm like, I want 150.
I want 150.
That's exactly his story. It's just like then he went and signed to the Lakers for like 120 or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just the way he says it, he's like every time he says the story, he's all da-da-da, da-da-da, bingo, and he's like, thank you, Alonzo Mourning.
That's like the most classic. That's like one of the most iconic sounds
Ever?
in the world.
Everyone knows what it means.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
The Seinfeld or Jeopardy music too.
Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah. Or
And
like,
then also Jeopardy. Da-na-na-na.
I do that when someone's
Should
like,
we make more noises into our mic?
Yeah, should we
That would be a great
lose it, like-
podcast. 1 hour of fucking us. Yeah.
bring every cell phone ring. All right.
So we're not gonna do the Under Pressure album review today because Alex,
Tell him why.
we are
All right.
coming out with
Yeah.
a second show every week. And the crowd goes mediocre. So
Da-na-na.
we're coming out with a second show every week. So you can expect a second show from us
Every week
on Sunday.
on the Lord's Day.
And it's going to be much more hip-hop
Oriented.
focused, much more music focused, much more probably sport focused as well. Just things that are more topic based.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like we're reading topics off still going to be in the same fashion as it is now, but
Yeah.
it won't be it'll have a little bit more, I guess, guidance.
Yeah. Structure to it.
And it'll be more current because we've noticed how people really seem to enjoy the whole current event chat. And we'll still do some of that here if we think about it while we're recording. But we kind of want this to be our, come sit down with us, shoot the show with us, come hang out.
And also, like, it's better to, I think, put do our album reviews and more music
Yeah.
general and talk in another episode.
We felt like we were blending because we've heard from people that listen to the show that they're like, oh, I love it when you guys shoot the shit. I'm not super into hip hop, but and it felt weird to us to have this weird like hard cut segment at the end of all of our shows.
Yeah.
Because one, it felt like we clearly don't give a fuck about it if it's at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Even though we do, but it sounds like we don't. And then two, it's like for those of you that just sticking around to hear us shoot the shit. Yeah. When it's time to talk about hip hop, a lot of you probably just tune out anyway.
Yeah, and it allows us like more time, I feel like, to get in depth about like the album and stuff, rather than just be at the end and be like, all right, I liked it, cool. And usually, our episodes are long as they are, so add like another half-hour review. It's like, I feel like it puts it over the end of like 2. We've been teetering on like 2 hours plus. Lately,
yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, there's been a lot of beef in the. Speaking of, not to get super into hip hop, but there's been a lot of fucking beef going on lately. What the fuck, man? We talked about Joe Budden getting into it with the Migos, but now we've got like, isn't Chance the Rapper was like allegedly requesting that harsh criticism of one of his live shows be taken down from MTV, and there was like Iggy Azalea and like whoever the fuck, like this. There was this girl. Oh, is it Halsey? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she was on the Closer with
and
she
she was like being interviewed about Quavo because she had Quavo on a song or something like that. Mm-hmm. And Quavo recently has been getting under some heat because of like, I guess the Migos have made, I haven't heard them, but I guess the Migos have made some like anti-homosexual comments or something. I'm not sure.
No.
But she was getting interviewed about it, I think, because she's like, it's very anti her message or something like that. And she was like, instead of just saying anything, she just was like, there's some people I would certainly not have on songs, like Iggy Azalea. She's trash. Or like just started roasting her for no fucking reason. And so they're in a beef. And then like, I guess the Migos now are also getting accused of something. I saw a quote online. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was like Quavo when being asked about homophobia. And his response apparently was just, I got a song with Frank Ocean, like book closed. It was like end of story.
I got a song with Frank.
I got a song with Frank Ocean. End of story.
Genius line. I haven't heard it, but that's hilarious. If he is, I mean, I don't know why he'd take heat for that. I think it's funny. I think people will probably think the Migos are just for like stereotypical reasons that like aren't. I'm sure they think all these dumb guys, but he sounds like he understands the game they're trying to play with him. Like they're trying to get him to say something, and so he just gets roasted. So he's just like, I up you one. And I got a song with Frank Ocean. Fuck you, you know,
dude. The Migos, though, one thing that you can say about the Migos is that you cannot sit through an interview with them. They are so hard to listen to in interviews.
Yeah,
because it's just like, what are we fucking talking about?
Yeah.
The same goes with like, I was watching this channel that has like these really long form interviews with, I only saw hip hop artists, but they had one with Kanye West and one with Travis Scott and like those kind of guys. Oh my God. You think your idols are smart? Think fucking again, dude.
Yeah,
Travis Scott is like leaned out, zanned out, just like crazy, like can't even function. And he's talking about how he's like, oh, I only really smoke weed. And I'm like, if this is how you are typically, this is rough. This is rough to sit there. And then Kanye's, doing his whole Kanye thing where he's like, y'all might not understand some of my answers because time hasn't caught up yet to teach the ways in which I speak. And you're just like, what the fuck is this?
It's, I don't know, like even the Migos specifically, I've seen a couple interviews with them and they're always so like low energy. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like if they're just like over it. Like you could tell like they're getting an interview and they're just like, yeah. Like who's your favorite influences? Got a lot of influences. Just like
Gucci.
I saw one for Complex. They were like Complex Con, and they were trying to like interview him about Culture coming out, and you could tell like their manager was like, just do the interview, and he's like, all right. They're like, whatever, and they're just sitting there, just kind of like, you could tell they didn't care. And like my whole thing is with interviewers, like, why do you keep asking them to come?
They do everything though that people ask. Like they played Minecraft on a live stream once.
Really?
Yeah.
Where they see like that seems like a fun like segment with them to do something fun, but to just sit there and ask them questions, they seem like
I feel like also they probably get a lot of the same questions. I feel like
any famous person has.
But there is like there's two types of interviews that you see with like these celebrities, right? And it's like you get the radio show, here it is, we'll talk about some current events, and then you get the one that's like totally sucking their dick, like the Zane Lowe kind of interview where it's like, so when did you decide you wanted to be an artist, man? Like what you make, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What are your
that record? Fire.
And they like Zane Lowe always starts a sentence with like the last page he saw on the thesaurus, and then he has no idea how to follow it up because his vocabulary is not that good. And so then he just like boils it down to being like, when I listen to your music, my hippocampus is just stimulated, it's titillated, and I'm wondering what I guess what I'm getting at is, dude, what do you think? Like the question always just goes off the fucking rail because Zane Lowe is trying too hard to be a calm
interviewer,
like East Coast or East Conferencer,
Yeah, he's funny though. Like I've seen him do interviews and like I don't know if he's just good at like he only interviews people that he likes or he just likes everyone that he interviews because it's like you don't have to like be if you're gonna interview someone. Obviously, I'm not gonna say I don't like your shit. When you start making it, but
unless
like,
you're Charlemagne.
Yeah. He's a different breed, but it's just like
and Ebro does it. I can be honest, man, I'm not sold.
Yeah, he does, but I don't like I don't dislike Ebro, but like I think he thinks he's too important.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Like I didn't see Vince Staples interview like his whole one with him, but like he was like saying at the beginning of the interview, he was like saying something about Vince's like fans and like how they don't like this or that, and Vince was like, I think they just don't like you.
Yeah.
Like just stares at him and says it. And I'm just like, good God.
It was true.
Yeah. He's like, I just think they just don't like you, And it's like, I think he just doesn't have, like, he has very like an old man mentality, which is like, you gotta like prove yourself that you're good enough to be in hip hop. And it's like, bitch, like, suck my dick. You want me to come do your show to get you ratings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about him.
Yeah.
I feel a little salty.
You're about to say though, there with the Zane Lowe interviews and like he must interview everyone. He must love whoever he interviews.
Yeah. I think it's, or he just acts like he is.
Yeah. Because I feel like there are in hip hop alone, there are people that you can look at and you're like, they would love an interview where someone just like sucks their dick the whole interview. And there are other guys that like clearly like don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna interview Rick Ross that way.
No.
But someone will interview Kanye that way, or Travis, or like Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert is dying for that interview. where someone interviews him about, or like Playboy Cardi or someone.
Yeah.
Where they just said, like, you're a genius. You know, you said A like 18 times on that song. How'd you come up with that? You know?
J. Cole also seems like someone who, like, you wouldn't interview that way.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. You know? Yeah. I think it just comes from, like, some people being, like, grounded in themselves. Like, that's like an old saying.
Yeah.
But, like, Rick Ross seems to have a pretty good understanding of who he is. And, like, he knows he's, like, fucking Rick Ross. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't need you to tell me that I'm cool, you know?
Did you see that Kendrick ranked his own albums?
Yeah, I saw he put Damn #1.
Yeah.
Was it
It was Damn, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp Butterfly, Section 80, with Damn being the best and Section 80 being the worst.
I would put To Pimp Butterfly last on that.
I would see that's like such a controversial thing to say. And here's my thing.
It's not, but he has some good albums.
I'm under this impression that everyone pretends like they've listened to Pimp Butterfly.
I'm not gonna lie. I've heard it once or I've heard it twice, like 3 years ago when it first came out, and recently. By recently, I mean I talked about this a couple months ago. I listened to like the first 8 tracks again. My plan is to go through it again, and I said it before. The first 8, like that I heard, were way better than the first time I heard it. Or maybe I'm just listening to it with new ears, but I'm like, damn, this album's kind of fucking good. But I still like don't think it's better than
Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah.
No way.
I still think Good Kid, Mad City is the best.
Oh yeah, that'd be #1.
But-
Damn, I'd put up there.
Yeah.
#2 or something.
But I was looking at it and I think everyone is faking the fact that they've heard Good or To Pimp Butterfly. Everyone talks about how it's
the
like,
fact that they think it's so
yeah, it's like
revolutionary.
it got so many critically acclaimed like ratings, like very high critically acclaimed ratings, and everyone is like, this is the shit. And it's a good album, but it's certainly not. I don't think it's Good Kid, Mad City level. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, I'll just like that more. And Damn is a good album. I was listening to Damn again, but like, Damn still feels probably second to me. Like Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, and then
Well, Good Kid, Mad City is just a beautiful like story. Like just the way it's amazing to me. It's like one of the first concept albums that I was like, oh my god, like it's a clear like day. Like going through here, you know, like getting jumped by like that girl's whatever friends or something that he was trying to visit, to like his friend getting shot, and then like the turning point, and like it's just a nice timeline. I think that's why it's so good. But yeah, I know. I think this is a hot take. I think Kendrick's a phenomenal rapper. I think people pretend that they think Kendrick Lamar is the best because they want to sound smart.
yeah,
They like the same thing they do with To Pimp a Butterfly. It's like Kendrick is he's a prophet. I'm like, not. He's fucking awesome. He's amazing.
yeah.
rapper.
And I think that he's
not the second coming.
I do think he's like probably the greatest rapper
Yeah,
to date.
I don't think he is, but I would go. That's respectable to.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot
and
of
maybe
people
this
say
is something we can delve into on the Sunday show a little bit more. But yeah, it's just like I personally think that Kendrick is the greatest rapper today. But
that. Oh, okay. Today, I think you're saying of all time.
no, to date.
Okay. Today.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a hard argument, right? Because the guy is like in our lifetime, the guy's way more important than Biggie ever was. So it's a really weird. It's hard to measure, right? It's like the whole thing that like.
Well,
It's basically like how everyone disagrees about Kanye's first 3 albums. For us, it's Graduation because Graduation came out at the right time for us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were saying with the Biggie comment, you said in our lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you said he's just bigger than Biggie in general. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on when you heard it.
Yeah. So naturally, I'm going to like Kendrick more than I'll like Tupac or someone.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that's a good point, what you made about Kanye West's first 3 albums. It's like we heard Graduation at the right time. You know, I think we're like the 7th grade. Because I remember.
We're like in middle school or something.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we're like, yeah, I agree. If you were to, you know, been that age when College Dropout came out, like people a little older than us think College Dropout's like the best shit of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think that's just always like a generational thing.
Yeah.
Because like I think I always have a soft spot for J. Cole because when I heard it, I was like in the 10th grade and I was like, I forgot one of our neighbors, like Kendall. Remember Kendall?
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
He's remember the black kid? He's
Oh yeah, he's kind of tall.
Yeah, he like played.
Who was the other guy we would play basketball with that would dribble the ball so fucking hard you're afraid he was gonna break your fingers on it? Was his name Rocky? I think his name was like Rocky or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But this kid named Kendall, I remember he started driving to school one day and I like missed a bus or something and he was like, yeah, you want to ride? I'm like, for sure. And I got in his car and he like we're almost at school and he was playing like Higher and like I'm like Blow Up, like I think the Friday Night Lights mixtape, and I was like, what is this? And he's like, oh, it's J. Cole. And I'd seen like advertisements for J. Cole's Who Dat on YouTube, and I was like, who's this bitch ass motherfucker?
J. Cole.
I didn't hear the song, but I was like, it looks like trash. And I just laugh about it now because I think that's why I like J. Cole so much.
It's crazy to see his evolution as an artist.
Oh yeah, from like bald headed.
I was kind of glad to hear that Kendrick was more commercial this time, just once, because it was kind of like a I can do this shit too sort of album.
Yeah, Loyalty especially.
Loyalty.
I love that song. I love what Rihanna.
I wish I would give anything to hear DNA again for the first time.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, it was so hard.
Because when I was like, I remember when the album came out, it was midnight, and I was like, Kendrick album's out. Shit. And so then I went and I got in the shower for whatever reason. I was like getting home from the gym really late, and I got in the shower and I like put on Blood, and I was like, this is interesting. Like it's gonna be a concept album, I guess. Whatever. I thought it was gonna be.
Was it on loud?
It was on pretty loud, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, the gunshot didn't scare me. I know it like startles a lot of people. And then DNA just comes in, and I was like, damn, this is fucking hard. Like, and then when that beat switch up, y'all motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. Yeah. And it's like the beat starts just thumping out of my speakers. I was like in the shower, like, what is this? Like losing my mind because it was so fucking hard. It was like to get to hear that again for the first time. I would give anything to get to hear. It was like to get to see Avatar again for the first time, like in that time period. Yeah. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, it's crazy about music. Like it's only new to you one time, which is such a shame because like that's why
I think that's why reaction channels are so big.
Yeah,
because people like experience something when they listen to the music, and they want to see someone else experience it. You know?
Yeah, they want to see how if like you get excited for the part that they got excited for. Like, oh,
yeah.
That's how I felt with Humble when I first, because I heard Kendrick Lamar dropped a song called Humble, and I don't know if I listened to it the first day or like the second or third. I was just like, I usually don't listen to music as soon as it comes out. I'm like, I'll wait a few days. I don't know why, and then I'll just like, all right, let me listen to this. And like when I heard it, and it was just like. Just when it starts and it's like dun dun nobody pray for me, and I was like okay whatever, and then the beat drops and he's just like rapping. And I was like, I made like that stinky face, like It's just like I remember like I rewinded the first minute like 4 times. I was like, let me hear that again. Let me hear that again. And I just can't listen to it. I'm like, oh my god,
it fit into the album really well too. It was cool to see, and that was everyone's first hint that I was like, all right, it's gonna be a more commercial project.
Oh my, yeah. When I first heard it, and then I was like, this album's gonna be fire. He came out with that, she's just a banger, and I'm just like, and then DNA is just like, oh my god. The best part of it is like a minute in when he's like, use a bitch, and I was just like, oh.
Especially in the music video is crazy. He dropped the Element music video as well.
I didn't see Element. I saw.
I haven't watched all of it. I started watching some of it, and it was like I paused it for whatever reason, and then I like. It got really late, and I was like, never mind.
I don't really do music videos anymore.
Yeah, you know.
I like them, but
like I was listening to the interview, and someone mentioned the fact that Kanye was naked in like Black Skinheads or Wolves, like one of the interviews or one of the music videos, and I was just like, news to me that there was news to me there was even a music video.
Wouldn't know.
Where the fuck's that at?
Yeah, I just want the hot music. Like
Speaking of which, did you hear that he's suing Tidal for
Kanye?
Financial reparations? Yeah, and he's like dropping Tidal.
I mean, good for him. I know he rap in like St. Pablo that Apple tried to give him $100 million deal, and he like turned it down or something like that because he was like on Tidal or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So like he said something about like something about like there's a line like if Apple would have gave me $100 million, I would have gave Jay 20. Like just I don't know why he said some reason, and then like I guess Jay-Z like rapped about in his new album, which I have not heard. I saw like a lyric about how he gave Kanye like a $20 million. Like I don't know if it was like a loan or something like that, but
yeah,
they're having problems basically. Like like Jay-Z was rapping about.
Are you gonna cave and get Tidal to listen to the 444?
No.
Yeah, me either.
My free trial subscribed on both my emails.
Yeah, I'm
like it's expired. I did it once for because it was like a free.
Was it Lemonade?
No, I never listen to Lemonade because I don't give a fuck about Beyonce anymore because she's not shaking her ass in music videos, so I'm not interested. Straight up. After 2003, like 03 Bonnie and Clyde, Beyonce, I'm done. I'm done with Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's not that important. Like I got it for, I forget, I think I just got it one time because I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, let me see like what's so special. And it was like the free like month trial. And so I did that. And then Kanye's album came out. And I was like, the only place you could find it. So like I have 2 email addresses. So I used like an old one to use it to get on there. And that was when Kanye like pulled the honey dick and like didn't drop it that day.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like,
yeah. And he was like, I'm selling it. I'm not selling it. I'm dropping it today. I'm not dropping it today.
Yeah, it wasn't even on there. I was like, bitch, I downloaded.
And then it got
this.
edited.
Yeah.
Like the song, the album, The Life of Pablo that you find on like streaming services because you can't buy it.
Yeah.
Isn't the real Life of Pablo. It's not the first one.
He added it. Yeah, he added that.
He added a track and he edited some of it.
Yeah, he edited. I remember. You can go online and find out. They'll tell you exactly what they edited out.
Yeah,
it's like only like a couple seconds though of something.
Well, it's like a verse got edited and like another song got added and I think like maybe one of them got dropped or maybe it's just an additional song. But yeah,
he talked about how that's what like he's gonna like it's always a work in progress album. So he's like gonna start doing that with this new one. So I'm like, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Just put it out. Don't be a bitch. Just don't tell us you're gonna drop it and not fucking drop it. How about that?
Yeah, it's like games that are in beta that are always in beta.
Yeah,
like beta for 5 years. You're just like, what the fuck?
I need finality. Yeah, and I don't like. I mean, I don't want to rehash that again because like I was quite angry with the whole Kanye West situation. But let's not say we're gonna drop an album without it being done.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me it's gonna come out a certain date unless it's done, and then like I'm not. It's just done. I'm gonna wait for it to come out. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like this whole tidal wave. This whole tidal wave is just so.
You still in a Travis Scott line right there?
Yeah.
Did not sign a J.
I did not sign a J, but I still ride the tidal wave.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand what the marketing strategy is for that business. It's basically like
drop exclusive content and hope people sign up for it.
As far as I can tell, it's like I'm Jay-Z and my wife's Beyonce, and so people will want this.
Yeah.
Especially if we cover it in black and gold.
Well, I think with Tidal, like I said, Sprint bought 33%, so now it's like everyone who has Sprint, you get free Tidal. I'm pretty sure if you just have Sprint. I think that's like the new thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad at what they're trying to do because Apple Music does the same thing. You know, like Drake will drop an album, it'll be on Apple Music for a week.
Yeah, but Apple Music is like a service. Like you're being offered something. Like you're being offered like I don't know how much of this is on Tidal as well, but you're being offered like radio shows. You get like BBC One Beats and like you get all these extra radio shows. You get the albums, a place to buy the album, you know, and it syncs with all of your devices.
Yeah. With Tidal, I think their issue is just the price point. Like if they drop the price point, like if their price point was the same as Apple Music or Spotify.
Well, isn't it? It's like $10, isn't it?
There's one for 10 and then there's one for 20 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just the marketing in the sense the way they came out at first.
Yeah, they were like, we're trying to get more money to these multimillionaire artists.
It kind of fucked up everyone's perception of it because it was like only on Tidal, where like other streaming services, it'll be like even
a week
Apple
later.
Yeah, even Apple Music, like Chance, they got signed a deal with Apple Music. I know Future, Drake, like a lot of people are doing it. But I think Taylor Swift has a deal with Apple Music, but she said, bitch, my album's coming out everywhere at the same time because I'm fucking Taylor Swift and blow me. And Apple's like, you're goddamn right, Mrs. Swift. We're going to do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's like,
you know,
it's like Anthony Fantano had a good point about it, which was like what sells your music nowadays and what makes you a relevant artist is accessibility.
Exactly. You want your music everywhere. You don't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Kudos to you if you can get a fucking.
If you're Jay-Z, like you don't have to put any more albums out, dude.
No, I mean I understand what he's trying to do. I think like it's just if I'm an artist and I'm getting that check from a streaming service to put my album on your
like a week early or whatever,
cool. But I'm never gonna say like you're just gonna be on this streaming service. Like you said, accessibility, and that'll just kill your business. And I think, like I said, I don't know, Jay-Z they came out with the wrong way. But I got that Apple Music student package, your boy. So I pay $4.99.
I'm not a student anymore.
I pay $4.99.
I'm gonna renew my student email so I can keep it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, and that's the other thing about Tidal is that it's like you're selling young people music to young people for a premium.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what our tweet was about, which is like you're selling hip hop music to young people or people, it's like just think of the people that listen to hip hop music. Mm-hmm. What percentage of them have money?
Yeah.
Probably not a lot, right? It's like students, people in poverty, the lower class. it's like an everyman's music, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like a rich person's music, you know. It's not like the opera or something like. And you know, obviously, like we got Mark Cuban and like we got these people that like hip hop and stuff. I'm pretty sure everyone likes hip hop in some regard, but like the people that are down for it are. That was like, we're students, so we don't have a lot of money. We're young, and if Spotify is going to offer us like 3 months for $1, and then $5 a month afterwards for streaming, and you're over here like $10 a month premium product, $20 a month, that kind of thing, and it's like
that's my problem too. Exactly, they're like the title. It's like something hi-fi, like
it's supposed to be like luxury, you know, and you're like, what am I getting for it other than an album?
Yeah, and they
because I don't know if you're aware, dog, but like. If I wanted to, I could just pull up the Pirate Bay and find a drum real quick.
Yeah.
You know, with the quickness. So it's like,
well, and for their thing of like they have two options. Like I said, the 10 and the 20, and like the 20 is the one they really advertise, like, and they try to make it seem like, oh, the sound quality is amazing. It's just like a way better sound.
Yeah, it's like FLAC lossless.
Yeah.
For 48,000 whatever hertz, and then you know all of our MP3s are 450s as opposed to 320s. I think
that's hurting them. I think that's hurting them in the sense that it's making your product look cheap, because I would care to wager that over 90% of people who have Tidal have the $10. Wait, probably more.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so you're making them all feel like, oh fuck, I'm settling for a shittier quality.
Yeah.
And so like you're diminishing your own product, where if you want to do all that hi-fi bullshit, why don't you make that the standard? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just make that, if that's what you want to, or get rid of it? Because
that's what you're providing extra.
Yeah,
it's like you can either pay $10 for Apple Music or $10 for us, and we have much more high fidelity music.
Yeah, and our music is just amazing, and you get sounds clear. So
and you get your exclusives.
Yeah, you get your Kanye.
That's enough incentive to be like, all right.
Yeah,
as long as I can listen to my music in it. And here's the other thing everyone I think has figured out about audio is that when it comes to having like a 320 and a 450 MP3, no, you can't tell the fucking difference, man. This thing gets uploaded in 128.
Yeah,
which means nothing to anyone when I say it, but that's like dog shit for audio quality. Yet listen to how we sound.
Yeah,
you know,
flawless.
And like a lot of it's been rendered by YouTube if you're listening on YouTube as well. So it's like, and if you think this audio quality is unacceptable, then you can get 4 times this audio quality on a 320 or something like that, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah,
you know, I mean, the only difference is 128. I don't think has like stereo capability, but you know, it's like 320 and 450. The difference between those two, dude, we've had 450 forever. Like I've been able to like, you've had the capability to render things in 450 for so long. The problem is that the file is fucking huge in comparison.
Yeah,
and it doesn't change anything about it. It's like saying like, it's basically like if you were to say stream this in 4K. It's like, cool, I have no 4K displays, so I don't give a fuck if I'm streaming it in 4K, you know. Like you can now watch YouTube videos in 4K. Well, 4K displays are still like $3,000 fucking dollars, so I don't have one. You know, so
by the time they're cheap enough for me to buy it, you have fucking 8K out there.
Yeah, and you're like 450 audio and you're FLAC lossless and all that kind of stuff. It's like we don't have speakers that some people do, obviously, and you know, like you could tell the difference maybe if you're in like the club or something, and they have like a really nice sound system, but even then you're drowned by bass, and so it's like we don't have that ability. So, and especially not with like what hip hop thinks of as the standard. Like beats are trash.
Oh yeah.
Like from a purely technical standpoint, like from their frequency range and their levels and things like that, they're trash. And so it's like you can get a Sennheiser, but it would cost $1,000. But then maybe you could tell the difference between 320 and 450.
Yeah.
But even then, go back to fucking analog, because that sounds better than 450 does, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy how like people don't realize that if you have like for the screen, for example, of like if you're streaming something in 4K, you still have to have a monitor that displays in 4K. You have to have the cables that are capable of, you know, you have to, your whole system has to be equipped to handle what you're trying to do. So like it's funny to me, people like you're saying I'm streaming it in this, and it's like your monitor goes to 1080 though. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like here alone, I have a 144 hertz monitor and a 60 hertz monitor. So it's like, if a game, when you're like talking about games or something like that, it's like, oh, I run this game at 300 FPS. It's like on a 60 hertz monitor. Newsflash, no, you don't, because you don't. I mean, your little like thing might say that, but guess what? That's not 300 FPS. I don't run my shit on 300 FPS, and my shit says on Counter-Strike, my computer says it's rendering like 650 frames a second.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm on a 144 hertz, bitch. Don't lie to me. Like, I know it's not any different. There's no difference, you know, because it's like I can only handle a certain amount, and like so the 144 hertz can play you more frames per second than the 60 hertz can, and so on and so forth as you move up. So like 60, 120, 144 are like the typical jumps, and 144 is kind of the creme de la creme right now. But it's like you watch a 60 FPS video on like a fucking 30 hertz monitor. It's like, well, guess what, dude? You're not watching a 60 FPS video anymore, man.
Yeah.
So it's like the same goes with audio.
It's funny though, because I wonder how many people are paying for that like Tidal premium service and think that they're hearing, like, in their head have convinced themselves that they hear clearer sound, and they're like, their headphones don't even they can't even like keep up with it.
Well, that's every luxury service is like, the whole business model is just to trick people to think that they're getting a premium.
Oh yeah, they make them feel good for what they have.
Yeah, it's like Rolex. Like, God, I love me some fucking watches, right? But Rolex, you Google a Rolex price like $50,000. You Google that same exact watch, and you just say gold plated or something on it. You're like, oh, would you look at that? It's identical, and it's $500. You know,
I like watches a lot. I've heard, like, I'm gonna sound super bougie here, like watch connoisseurs, or like it's the craftsmanship, which I understand. I'm sure it's a
you're paying for the effort.
Yeah, it's not a watch, it's a timepiece, sir.
Yeah,
respect it.
Yeah,
but it almost like sounds like to me when people like like wine sommeliers.
Yeah,
it's like you paying this person.
Anything sommelier is just like,
that's the joke. It's like wine is one of those things too, where it's like, oh, this is a chateau from 1999.
You can taste this wine they put in a barrel and then they floated it in sea for 3 years and came back and got it. You can really taste the ocean. And you're just like, tastes like grapes.
You throwing shade at a certain liquor.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, because there's like, for those of you that don't know, that's like really a liquor company that does that.
Yeah. Can we say who they are, or are we getting sued?
I don't know. I mean, they do it.
Yeah, they do it. So it's Jefferson's. There's a wine called Ocean Aged.
Yeah.
They put it on a barrel on a boat, right? Let that shit float or something.
They put it like in the ocean, I think.
I wonder like what qualifies in the ocean. Like, is it just like their little distilleries right there on the coast, and they just throw a little barrel in the water?
Because you think of it as being like an elegant product, but it really was some big sweaty guy walked out of the ocean, and just chucked it out in the water.
Or they put it on like a little rowboat, and they just let it float outside for a couple of years, let it get moldy and shit.
Yeah.
So I think the bottle is like, I want to say at least 80. It's expensive. I know it's expensive because like a shot at like a bar, which is obviously way overpriced, like $22 a shot.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And why are you taking shots of whiskey? It's not what whiskey's for.
Yeah, no, it's kind of, but they like on the prices. It's like an ounce.
Yeah, I don't get why do people take shots of whiskey?
It's trash.
It's like, if you're gonna take a shot of something, take a shot of vodka or something,
or like tequila.
Yeah, or tequila, or like something that doesn't taste like anything. Because you never take a shot of something and you're like, had a lot of oaky scent in that, or like it had some fine like mint undertones.
Yeah, and some caramel. Taking shots in general is just not appeasing.
Most people that take shots go like this. Either go whoa, or they go, and they like gag, they draw heave a little bit. I mean, that's like the two post shot effects.
I'm the latter. I don't dry heave, but I hit the. Oh, that was bad.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that was not good.
The worst is when someone's like, "Let's do it again." I'm like, no.
Yeah. I can't chug beer. I can't take a ton of shots in a row.
Oh, I've done my fair share, and it's not very fun. It's not like getting plastered is not that like. If you could get that drunk without feeling any amount of bad, it would be great. But like, what comes with it is just terribleness.
Yeah, so it's misery.
Like, exactly. Perfect word, misery. So it's like one shot, like I can take 2-3 shots if I'm pushing it, but then I'm like, okay, I don't know. The last time I took a shot,
I gotta have a beer. It's like I gotta sit down with the stout.
Give me a water. I need a water. Yeah. So today is the 4th of July.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Today we celebrate our independence by getting drunk and playing with explosives.
I don't think of it as being like a holiday you get wasted on. It's certainly not New Year's or Halloween. Like those are two holidays I think about as you getting like shit faced. I don't feel like people get. Maybe I'm living in a hole, but I don't feel like 4th of July is a day where people get like necessarily like shitty.
Yeah, there's people get. I mean, I don't personally like, but people drink. I mean, think about all the beer. Think about it's usually hot, so people are a little dehydrated and they keep drinking beers.
Yeah, which, as people should know,
Yeah,
doesn't hydrate you.
No, dehydrates you. Yeah, so that I mean, the amount of beer that's sold for 4th of July is insane. So yeah, it's a definitely drinking holiday. Not liquor. I think because the New Year's is more of a liquor. You're thinking about like people take shots.
Well, yeah, cool. When I think of how you would drink on 4th of July, I'm thinking you're playing like beer pong, or it's like a gamey drink.
Yeah, well, I guess the beer pong, but people like on lakes and stuff drinking cans. Cause I know Budweiser every year for 4th of July. In July, their beer cans say America on them, which is hilarious because it's I think a Belgian company, Anheuser-Busch. But anyways, I digress.
I digress.
But
that's not my business.
But if anyone's going out tonight, little safety warning, for sure have your license and registration and insurance on you because there are bound to be some checkpoints. People, I made a bunch of jokes about that today at work, but it's like, people are like, oh, be safe out there. And I'm like, oh, what could go wrong? Alcohol and explosives. Like, thinking about it, I'm like, it's not like whenever something bad happens on 4th of July to someone, like on the news, is like, this person blew their hand off. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's
you don't fucking say.
He's playing with bombs and alcohol. What the fuck do you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
So it will be a fun time though. I do like being around people that are having fun on 4th of July. I had no point to make there, but I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, well, you and I are going out.
We're going downtown. So, you guys won't hear this, but whatever. If you were in downtown Raleigh last night, maybe you saw me. Maybe you got a glimpse of the celebrity that we are.
Yeah. If you saw anyone with a big crowd around them.
Yeah, it's us. You know what I mean? Asking to get shit signed.
Welcome to our city.
Yeah. So we know. As a wise man once said, it's they say good things come to those who wait. So we're gonna be at least about an hour late. So.
What's that from?
Kanye West.
Of course, it's a Kanye West line. You should be honored by my lateness.
Yeah, that I would even show
up to this fake shit.
That's the best. Like, whenever I show up late somewhere, I want to say, people get like, I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a Snoop Dogg clip where they're like, oh, you're an hour late. He's like, y'all should be happy I showed up to this motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Shit. What the fuck wrong with y'all? I just thought it was classic.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So we got Paul George going to OKC. Are they contenders now?
Oh, God. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be Golden State, but that's so sad now. That
Who can beat Golden State?
Yeah, it's just like, and everything else has failed. But I think
what's cool about Paul George going to OKC is that he gets to play with Russell Westbrook. I think what's not cool about him going to OKC is that he's not going to Cleveland.
Yeah, but he only has 1 year left on his deal. I think him and Westbrook both have 1 year left. Or maybe
this is like their time to give it a shot, see how it works.
Yeah, so I think Paul George, the consensus is, and even from him, he hasn't said it publicly, but that's like been news, is that he wants to go back to LA and play it for the Lakers. So it's like 1 year left on his deal. So like, if it goes really well this year with Russell, and like, let's say they make it to the finals, I could see him staying. But other than that, I think he's just like, whatever, I'm here for a year. It'll be fun to play with Russell and I'm out. But this is my theory on the whole Golden State thing. 12 out of the 15 people that were named on the All-Star team, or like all NBA teams, are all in the West now. Besides, you got LeBron, Isaiah Thomas, and John Wall in the East. And so, like, LeBron's path to the finals just got way easier. Like, you just took an All-Star off another Eastern team. They're all leaving. So it's like, if I'm LeBron, I'm happy staying in Cleveland right now, because it's like, fuck, and now you can rest all the time now. You guys are probably going to be the number 1 seed in the East, and you're going to make it all the way to the finals, no problem. And Golden State, I don't think any team in the West, like, straight up, you can say like Houston with Chris Paul and James Harden is going to beat Golden State, but I think they're not going to sweep through opponents like they did the past couple of years. I think they're gonna start going to like 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 games in each series, and by the time they get to the finals, not a good thing. They may be injured. You could have players that are just fatigued. You know what I mean? You play fucking 82 games, and then, if you played 7 games, 3 series in a row, it's an extra 21 games.
So you're thinking that it might just be we might see like a super well-rested Cleveland versus a tired Golden State.
Yeah.
Which could balance it out a little bit.
Yeah. And I think, it just got harder for Golden State. I'm sure they're not worried about it. They're like, whatever, we got fucking 4 All-Stars on our team.
I'll shoot from the bench.
Yeah, no problem. Like, we got Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. But, yeah, I think it got a lot harder for them. And I would love to see Oklahoma and Golden State in the playoffs with Paul George and fucking Russell Westbrook just going after it.
Yeah. That's a pretty diverse. I mean, if you think about what Paul George is good at and what Russell Westbrook is good at, together they cover
a lot of ground.
They cover like the litany of basketball.
Oh my god.
Really? I mean, like you got to do with range now. Like Paul George has got some range on him. He's a bigger guy. He could throw people in the post real easy. And then you got like the fucking mega athlete, Russell Westbrook. Like the super strong mega athlete,
As soon as he gets his 10 assists, he's done though. He's just like, I got 10 assists, dog. It's all my ball tonight. Yeah. I'm gonna be interested to see how they're gonna play. I wonder if
I'm thinking this whole Chris Paul
to the Rockets.
There must be something extra. Because I thought Griffin would come with him and Griffin re-signed to the Clippers. There must be something additional there. That can't be the strat. Like it can't be like, oh, we got Chris Paul and James Harden. No. That's like, well, who's handling the ball? Chris Paul, right?
You know they gave up nine players for him?
For Chris Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like Patrick Beverly, their starting.
Oh yeah, they gave away Patrick Beverly.
And Lou Williams, who's like their sixth man of the year, who's really good, who was on the Lakers previously, and then like a few draft picks and like a few like unheard of guys, but like all together with all the draft picks and everything, it's like 9 players or something like that.
Yeah, it's nuts, especially for a Chris Paul that's getting old.
Yeah, and on a one year left on his contract.
Yeah,
he opted in though. Like I forgot what happened in like basketball terms. Like he was about to be a free. He was gonna opt out of his contract because he had one, and then he decided at the last minute he was gonna opt in, and it was like a sign in trade. Like he knew he was getting traded to the Rockets. That's the only reason he opted in. But it's like it's weird how like the basketball like salary cap works, because if he could have just signed with him as a free agent, but if they would have signed him like that, then like they wouldn't be able to sign it. Like they would have been over their cap, so they wouldn't be able to sign any other players like the rest of the year. But because they traded for him, like in basketball, these things called like exceptions, where like you can sign players that don't count against your salary cap in like certain situations. So they kept all those exceptions by just trading for him.
Yeah,
and they did that on purpose, which I don't know. I don't fully understand how it works, but I kind of get the gist of it. So they just decided that would better to be giving up those fucking 9 players than it is.
But there has to be some additional, like there has to be a big man coming or like something, because that team doesn't seem strong. It's like you have like 2. Not identical, but you have 2 like very similar players now.
Ball handlers.
Yeah, ball handlers.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about they want to sign Carmelo Anthony,
which would be cool
for him. But also, like you were saying, like
I'd love to see Carmelo leave, but
New York.
I think he likes New York.
I mean,
he's stuck with New York for so long,
Yeah, well, he's been there since like 2010. Yeah, and I think 2010 or 2012. But he's just getting paid so much money, and he has like a no trade clause in his contract, so he'd have to like approve of any trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it just depends on what he wants to do. If he wants to win a fucking championship before he retires, because I mean, he's making like almost $30 million a year. So I don't know. They want to trade for him though, but that's it. That would be another issue though, because like you said, now you have 3 ball handlers. Now you have 3 players that all.
Yeah, I don't really think of Carmelo as a ball handler.
No, but he likes to have the ball.
Yeah, but he could pretty easily, like him and Harden could definitely take post up roles with Chris Paul running ball handler, and then you can get like your own little Splash Brother sort of thing going on there.
Would there be 2 worse players to have on your team for defense than Harden? Are they not the identical twins?
Look,
playing defense?
I'm not saying it's pretty.
They're just gonna score 170 points a night, but also get scored on 160 points. That's their strategy.
170 to 160 is a win, dog. We gotta count our blessings.
I mean, Chris Paul is a pretty good defender, but it's like, what are you're gonna like?
Maybe that's why you get Chris Paul is to be the defensive coach, actually.
Oh yeah, he is all NBA, all defense. He's fucking amazing defense. But it's like Harden plays no defense, and then you have Carmelo Anthony, who started that shit. He was just like, bitch.
He was the king of no D.
No, he plays no D. It's hilarious. You see players go by him, he's like,
I was watching like LeBron James' first NBA game the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like trotting on transition, and I was like, and so it started.
Has no defense. He plays good defense.
One of the commentators called it out, and like, if you're the rook, you got to get back there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He dropped like 19 points in his first game.
Yeah, his rookie season stats, he averaged 20 points a game his first season, which is insane.
Yeah, was he a starter as well, though?
And he was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Which is
to start at 18.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's kind of crazy that he's had no scandals. He's almost like a childhood celebrity.
Yeah.
Like I remember like, I wasn't really big into basketball, but like hearing about him and like his game, I know his games used to be on ESPN, like his high school games. They'd play him and like, they're like, this is the next big guy. And he's had no scandals ever. Like he's never like had an issue with the media. I don't know how, but.
Yeah. And he just seems like such a normal dude off the court.
Yeah.
Like such a nice, just good dad.
Cool guy.
Gives back. Cool guy.
People hate on him for no fucking reason. I used to hate on him, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
He was a bitch, but
It was the flopping thing. That's why everyone hated on him.
Yeah, but
The flop James.
It's also just like regular people aren't like pro athletes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder how that must feel to be a pro athlete, and some guy's like, "You're such a fucking pussy, bro."
Like, I'm
It's like,
280, 6'8".
really? Oh, really? I'm a pussy because I fucking run 10 miles a goddamn night, and I'm tired. That's why. Yeah, like, I know he like got.
You have a job.
Yeah, he got like carried off the court in one of the games in like the finals a couple years ago because he had like cramps, like really, really, really bad cramps, I guess. And he like, I mean, they were up already; they were gonna win that game, but they like took him off the court. And I think like the AC wasn't working in like the San Antonio Spurs building that night. Like,
Of course it wasn't. Wink.
the whole building said it was like 100 degrees in there. Like all the players, you could tell all of them were like, we're fucking dying. And he like just had bad cramps, and they like not carried him like stretcher, but like two guys were like helping him like hop off the court. And people are like, he's such a fucking pussy, bro. He has cramps. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like you said, he's 6'8", 280 pounds.
You go play a game of basketball pickup in the sauna.
Yeah, in the sauna, in an NBA game, and you're like you run a fucking 40 in like 4.5 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, he's out here sprinting. I don't know. That's just funny to me. And you have dudes sitting on the couch like, you're such a pussy, bro. I could have done that. I'm like,
yeah. Now I will say in FIFA that you got an argument. If you miss a goal in FIFA that I could have scored, I'm fucking mad.
oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Or-
it's like 2 feet away from the ball.
Yeah, and you get like a weird like some bullshit happens in FIFA and you're like, I could have fucking scored that.
You kick it over the bar. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
happened? Yeah.
I could have kept that down.
That's how I feel in basketball too. When players are at the free throw line,
Dude, I'm blown away by how
shitty.
you're allowed to be at taking free throws.
Oh yeah, like a 78% or like an 80% free throw rate is like amazing.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
You miss 1 in 5.
Don't you do this all day?
Yeah.
Isn't this every day for you?
Yeah. Free.
You know, I don't understand how, because free throws are like, those are supposed to be free points.
Yeah, the charity stripe.
You know, it's like how in NFL Blitz, if you choose point after touchdown, they don't even make you kick it.
No,
It's just supposed to be free points.
Yeah.
So it's like the charity stripe in basketball. You're just supposed to make those.
Yeah.
Unless you're 7 foot and your hand like eats the entire ball, and so you can't get a proper like shot on it, which I still think you should be adapting to at some point in your life. Yeah. But if you're like a little guard or something, and you got like a 75% free throw rating or an 80% free throw rating, it's like
Trash.
what?
Trash.
Same goes with jumpers. The fact that like a 45% field goal percentage is good, or 50% field goal percentage is really good, you know, or like a 40% 3-point percentage is really good. When I can't help but be like, as like a spot up jumper, like a spot up like a Klay Thompson type, right?
Wait, if you shot 50% from like a shot from your whole career, you'd be the best shooter of all time.
Yeah,
Like 50% would be like 40% from the three. It's like you were Ray Allen. They look at you like, oh my god.
yeah,
Kawhi shoots like 45, and they're like, this guy's the second coming.
yeah. And they're just like, and it's crazy though, because it's like, why? It's like you're allowed to miss 1 out of every 2. It's like could you imagine in golf if it was like half your drives land on the in the fairway,
And you're good, yeah.
and you're good.
Well, like just like baseball, we're talking about like if you bat a 300.
Well, my problem is that the rim in basketball isn't moving around, or someone's not shaking it,
It's
or
stationary.
like it's stationary, and it's always the same height in the same spot.
Yeah.
It never changes. It
I guess
doesn't.
the problem is that you're moving.
You're moving, yeah,
Yeah.
and there's someone in front of you.
free
But
throws-
free throws is
Yeah.
you're not moving. It's
No.
you're doing the only thing that could change is how tired you are,
Yeah, tired, and I think it's mental. Like how.
and how important the free throw is really.
Yeah, I think with free throws, the key would probably be to just get in a routine and make it like a ritual.
Yeah,
Like
and
just
that's why everyone does the same 2 dribbles,
Yeah.
spin the ball, catch, take the shot, something like that.
Yeah, or do something like I know Kevin Durant has like a little wiggle. It's hilarious. He has a little shimmy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's hilarious. But yeah, free throws, I don't know why. It's just always like, it's just like you said, it's driven me fucking nuts. I'm like, a fucking free throw, bitch.
It's called free.
Yeah, free points. I could see like you missing like a turnaround dunk, like layup.
Yeah, think of
or some
penalty
shit.
kicks
Oh
in
my-
soccer. Like, what's it? I mean, how often are those converted?
Oh, hopefully pretty fucking.
I imagine
I
all
hope
the fucking
so.
time.
Yeah, it should.
You know?
100% of the time.
Yeah, you know.
Did you know a basketball hoop can fit 2 basketballs in it side by side?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that big, but now I like have less respect for people when they miss. I'm like, bitch, 2 basketball. You can fit 2
Yeah.
at the same time.
yeah. You could dunk 2 balls in it at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just can't help but feel though that it's like 45% in any other sport or any other occupation. Getting it right 45% of the time is like, that's a failing grade, dog.
Yeah, you're the worst surgeon ever.
Now, of course, it's difficult when there's a 6'8" dude in front of you jumping.
Yeah, bodying you up. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh like if in the future someone bumps into us like, yo, you want to play a game of pickup? He's like 6'6", you know.
You're like, all right, we're going to the rim.
Yeah, we're going to the rim.
Meet me at the rim.
Meet me at the rim.
That's my favorite. Meet me at the rim.
I'd love to play one-on-one with LeBron James just to know what it felt like. Would
you be like, play me for real?
Yeah, I would. Just to like, not to, because I obviously I don't think I'm idiot. Like,
you wouldn't score.
No, he would dominate you. He would just steal the ball from you, swat it. But just to like know what it feels like to have to play against someone like that. So in the future when I watch basketball and someone scores, I can be like, oh.
Yeah, I have a ton of baseball experience. I think I would flinch if a fastball got thrown at me.
Oh my god! If you just had to line up, I don't. Trust, because I feel like they're fucking trying to hit me. Or like soccer, to be able to play like a 5 minutes on like a real soccer field in like a Real Madrid Barcelona game, just to feel like what it's like to get the ball kicked your way. You know?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people need that kind of experience just so they know. Like, oh.
It's the same experience. It's like a very akin experience to working retail for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It just gives you respect for those people, and so getting to play LeBron James 1-on-1, or like, I think the hardest guy to play 1-on-1 alive today would be like Shaq.
Oh yeah,
it would be impossible.
What are you gonna do? He's gonna back you down. And
it would be fucking impossible. Like, maybe you could score on Shaq. Maybe if either he gave you a ton of respect at the 3-point line, or if you could blow past him or something. Maybe.
Yeah, but
even then, I still feel like it wouldn't. You probably would never score on him.
Well, it's like even if you got a couple feet past him and you're like, I'm gonna lay it up, his wingspan, just in general, just being able to reach and just I think like playing someone like Kyrie Irving would be the worst.
That would be really tough too, because that would be impossible, and it would be really embarrassing. Yeah,
because like he's not like, if you play Shaq, like people are gonna laugh.
They'll just back you down and then dunk on you over and over again. And
yeah, people are gonna laugh and know like, okay, what do you like? You'd be like, what do you expect? The motherfucker's a fucking giant. But like Kyrie Irving's 6'3" and he's like 190 pounds, which is like,
I'm almost 100. I'm like 185, 6 foot. So he's like almost my size.
So he's a little bit.
He's like a little bit taller than me. Weighs a little bit more than me. Yeah.
So like.
So he looks like us.
Yeah, and he doesn't look superhuman. So he would just like, that would be horrible. Like he'd make you fall. Like,
yeah, you would fall.
At that point, it's just like I would probably like, that'd be the worst. I couldn't experience that.
You fall once, you just get up and sprint out of the gym.
I mean, it would just be embarrassing. Like it would just be the worst thing ever, because I'm sure like, you know, it'd make you fall and just stop and wait for you to get up and be like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Fuck. All right, Uncle Drew. I get it.
Bitch. Yeah.
Fucking little bitch. I drink Coke.
I'm fuck you up after the game.
Meet me outside.
Meet me at the rim.
Meet me at the rim. That was always what I said when we played NBA Jam.
Oh yeah, NBA.
Meet me at the rim.
Yeah.
Dude, we should go to another barcade.
We should.
Barcades are so sick. Like it's so cool to think that you can get a bunch of like 30 somethings in a room, and they're actually down to like play arcade games and drink
alcohol and play games. Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell how fucking exhausted you are right now.
I don't know why it just hit me. I just yawned.
Yeah, we're gonna have a long night, man.
I know, man. I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm not bummed out. Like I knew today was gonna be a stretch. I woke up at 6. I had to work at 7, but I asked off to be early today, and I got paid time and a half, so I volunteered. I was like, yeah, I want to work today. Yeah, holidays. Shout out getting paid time.
Hey, shout out to holidays.
Shout out to holidays. Yeah.
Shout out to Independence Day, bro.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, so I wanted to work, but I closed last night. I got off at 10, and then I had to go back to work at 7. Not trying to complain. I know people work harder than me, but
yeah,
you know, I want to complain a little bit. I'm not. It's okay. I'm excited. It's Independence Day. I got to do it for George.
Got to do it for W.
Got to do it
for the big W.
For Benji. For Thomas. For TJ. AKA
I got to do it for Mr. Franklin.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank. Frank the First.
Is dead white men or dead presidents like the most overplayed theme in rap? That like the fact that that's like not clever anymore.
Dead presidents.
You give a dead white man to the Africans. And you're just like, cool, I get it.
Yeah, I like Jake. Well, I guess it's like song's like almost 10 years old now. But Dead Presidents by J. Cole's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it came out 2008, so 9 years old. So I guess it is over.
I loved Am I About Dollars or About Change? That was like the coolest play on money.
Yeah, Dollars About. Yeah, anything or like Spalding Ball. Like I heard that. I'm like, Kanye West said. A bunch of people have said it. Like I'm balling like Spalding. I've heard that line so many.
Was also with the whole Grey Poupon fascination.
I think Grey Poupon is trash.
Oh damn!
Have you had it?
I mean, I'm not a culture vulture.
It's like mustard.
Yeah, it's mustard. It's like Honey Dijon mustard or something there, right?
Yeah, but it's like has a lot of horseradish in it. It just tastes like trash.
You don't like spicy mustard?
Nah, I like fucking straight up yellow mustard, like a real basic bitch American.
Why don't you like spicy mustard?
I don't dislike it.
You don't really fuck. I mean, there's a couple things you don't fuck with on the dinner plate.
I love mustard, bro.
Yeah, but it's like
yellow mustard.
But you don't eat like seafood.
Nah, I eat pussy, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I eat shrimp. I eat some shrimp.
I can tell you're trying not to look at me right now.
From time to time, I eat some shrimp.
You're trying not to look at me right now.
I'm sorry. It's a lapse in judgment right there with that comment. I eat shrimp.
I want to revoke my statement. I'm a comedian. I like to push the boundary sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Is anyone?
I got to tell a funny story before we go.
Oh, okay.
I was at work, and this is not today, but I was reminded of this story, and it was hilarious because hashtag me no racist. What? I was like, wait. I don't hear it on mine. That's right. We got this kid named Jack who used to work with me. He was like he was like 18 or so, and he was kind of like your standard like kid who just didn't give a shit, and like you could tell like did Zans and stuff. And so I'm at work, and this guy wants this thing. Whatever. I work in like a meat department. I think I've talked about it. So like he gets 3 racks of ribs, and he's like, I want it in 2 bags, and he's Asian. He's like, yeah, I want it in 2 bags. And Jack's like, so do you want like 2 racks in this bag or that bag? He's like, what are you talking about? I just want the 3 racks in 2 bags. And he's like, so you want it, like, he's like, what do you mean? You want them in this bag or this bag? And the Asian guy looks at him. I'll never forget this. He was just like, you know, very good at mathematics.
Holy shit. Got fucking roasted, dude. What a fucking brick. Holy shit.
The Asian dude guys like, and Jack's like, what?
Well, what did he want? Did he want 1.5 racks in each bag?
Yes.
I was thinking, dude, what you were saying, and I was thinking he was gonna want like the racks double bagged.
No, I just started like dying. I'm like,
holy
shit. So shout out to that guy.
Dude, but do you ever really cut a rack of ribs in half? Why the fuck would you ever cut a rack of ribs in half?
Because people are Gentiles. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why.
Yeah.
They listen to Rachel Ray.
You know what's crazy is... they listen to Rachel Ray. You know what's crazy is you always cut ribs anyway. This is so crazy. I'm glad I used the word crazy. I've used... When North Korea fires another intercontinental ballistic missile, I've already used crazy on rack of ribs, so I've lost my words now. It's like that joke where it's like, this Starbucks is amazing. It's like, when Jesus comes back, what word will you have left?
It's the best.
You used amazing on a latte, so where are we going?
Yeah, so where can we go from here?
Yeah, so...
hyperbole. It's overused.
You always cut a rack of ribs anyway after you cook them, but a lot of times you just peel them off.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Why don't you cook? I guess why don't we cook ribs? Why don't we cut the ribs before we cook them?
Well, you lose more surface area means you lose more moisture. It's like if you were to cook a steak, unless you're doing like a stir fry, obviously, like you wouldn't cut the steak up and then cook it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're just losing more moisture. You want to keep it as a whole piece. I mean, it's not gonna be bad. It's just, especially cutting it in half is not bad. It's if you have like you need to fit it into some sort of pan or something like that.
Or like a smoker.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But like anything, you want to keep whole if you can.
Dude, I think steak tastes better when you bake it after you sear it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think grilled steak is overrated.
I mean, it's way better. Like especially in a pan, like a cast iron specifically. If you can do like and then put it in the oven. It's way better than grilling it. I mean, but grilling is still pretty good. They're different, but I agree with you. I like the pan.
I think of grilling as something that's like fetishized.
Yeah,
as being better than it is.
I think men just like being outside with fire and alcohol. I think
Speaking of it,
and their
4th
wives,
of July.
and their wives inside doing something that not.
Or dude, I went to the most stereotypical fucking like all the girls were in the pool like chatting with each other and the guys are like playing ping pong and grilling burgers.
Yeah,
and drinking
sure.
beer, and I'm just like, this is us.
Yeah.
This is life. I've made it. Mama.
Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, I don't know why grilling is so popular. I don't know. That is kind of
It's a social thing, I think.
Yeah, like
because
being
like you can stand like get the fuck out of the kitchen if I'm baking, but like come stand next to me when I'm grilling.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think also like I think people
like you would never go stand next to someone pan-searing something.
No, it's just too fucking hot.
Or just it would be weird.
Yeah.
You're just like standing next to me in my kitchen while I was cooking.
Yeah.
But when we're grilling, I'm like, you're like, oh, let me check the burgers out. And like walk over with me and
do you think it comes down to like a caveman type thing, like cooking outside over a fire is like just something men like to do? Because I think like all people, like you were saying with the grilling or like we're gonna have a bonfire, like people just
lose their shit.
Yeah, it's like,
bonfires. By the way, just think of the entirety of what that activity is.
Sitting by a fire.
You want to go sit around a fire?
Yeah. But for some reason, like
what?
I mean, I like it too. Someone's like, "You have a bonfire." It's like your party just went up a notch. Like,
we out.
Bonfire?
We're there.
Bring it out. What we're doing? We grilling out?
Yeah. We grilling? Marshmallows? What we doing?
As soon as someone says like, "Yo, we're grilling out. Come through. We go swimming." I'm like, when?
What you need?
Yeah.
Cucumber salad? I got you, dog. Yams? Yams? What do you need?
Yeah,
How much pepper jack you got there? You need to pick any more up on the way there? You running out of beef? You need some more buns?
I think it's like a hunter-gatherer thing. It has to be, right? Like sitting by a fire outside.
Yeah. And I think it's just a social thing. But yeah, I if anyone's ever like, we're grilling out or we're having a bonfire or something like that, because we know people around here that have like bonfire pits and like we'll go to their bonfires and it's just like, there's something so like, we're not doing dick. We're just sitting around and talking, just telling stories.
Out. Yeah.
Or laughing at each other.
I think stuff like that, like
I think that's why podcasting has gotten so popular.
Oh, because people are just I feel like they're socializing, just hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I bet most people that listen to this listen to it while they're working.
Yeah, or doing something.
And they're probably tuning in. They probably have zoned out for the past 10 minutes, and they're hearing me say this, and they're tuning back in, and they're being like,
"Oh yeah,
oh wait, yeah, I'm listening to a show."
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm driving. I listen to podcasts when I drive. And I agree. It's like kind of just puts you in a different headspace, which I don't know if it's safe or not while you're driving if you're in a different headspace.
Well, for me, when I'm driving and I'm listening to a show, a lot of times I'll be driving. Like if I'm driving on the highway and it's just like straight for 70 miles and I'm just like, whatever. I'm already so tuned out anyway because I've got like, cruise control on and I'm just sort of chilling in the right lane, just like
making sure no one dies.
Moseying, just making sure nothing like goes crazy in front of me.
Yeah.
But then when I'm driving through, like when I was driving through Charlotte, I would always be, much more aware because I had to make all these turns. And when I was listening to a podcast, then I would totally lose the plot. I have no idea what they're talking about by the time I got to where I was going.
Yeah, you just have to like rewind it.
Because I'd be like, I lost all that.
Yeah.
But when I'm like on a long road trip, and it sounds weird to admit, and you're kind of like just tuning out, you're sort of autopiloting your way there. Then I feel like you're grasping it. But like when I'm working here on the computer or when I'm, I work from home or something like that and I'm listening to a podcast while I'm working or something like that, don't hear any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything that just got said.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'll try to,
or like occasionally I'll hear like laughing and I'll rewind to see what was said.
Yeah, I'll just try to double dip. I'll like read sports articles while I have a podcast on, and I've
a lot of times and what happens is you get to something in the article where you're trying to read and it's supposed to be like a special like moment or it's supposed to be like something that has more statistics in it or something, and you always end up just pausing the show to read it anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly when I'm like trying to get super focused. So I don't know if it's just like a guy thing, but I can't like you can't truly multitask. Like
yeah, because they say that women are better at multitasking.
Yeah, supposedly.
But yeah, there's like chemistry that suggests.
Yeah, what are they better at than cooking and shit like that? I don't know.
What the fuck is this episode? Oh my god.
Oh, no judgment.
It's Independence Day. Alex is gonna be an independent man after this.
Yeah. Bitch trying to holler about fuck me.
No, fuck that bitch. No. Yeah, I hope everyone heard our chairs just squeak.
Alex is single.
This just in. Alex is lonely.
How dope would that be, real quick before we go, to be the president and like you get and start making a speech and like just for my own vanity's sake, I wouldn't even have a teleprompter. I'd have the news channels up to see like how long it took for me giving a speech to like interrupt everyone's broadcast. I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what word do I have to say right now to be like, boom? It's like emergency broadcast.
You just
White House.
You walk up to the podium. You're like, threat level. Everyone's like, da-da-da. This just in.
Yeah. Threat level red.
Code. We are bringing in Tom Cruise to deal with this threat.
Arnold.
We have imminent danger.
Yeah. As we move forward here to Independence Day, I can't even do Trump anymore.
Yeah.
I like to win. We like to win. I'm a winner.
Beaten out of me.
We win. At this 4th of July, it's so important. Okay, I'm gonna go to my Mar-a-Lago estate. Okay, I'm gonna play some golf.
He's totally escaped the "you're fired."
Oh, he's doing the fucking firing. He looked at Comey and was like, "You're fired."
You fired.
You're fired.
He's escaped me? That. That used to be the fucking thing. You'd mention Donald Trump, and it would be like, "You fired."
Yeah, it's crazy. No one talks about that anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like being president is gonna ruin his memory because he's 70, so he's 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in a banana peel.
Yeah.
Him and Hillary both. So when he passes away, people are just gonna like hate on. I mean, whatever he does, like you reap what you sow. So if
yeah,
it is what it is. But it's just kind of like becoming president almost seems like suicide for your brand. Like no matter what you do, because there's no.
I think
way.
it depends on if you're like, what's fucked up is like your brand really is developed nowadays on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all it is anymore.
Yeah.
So if you're like internet cool, it's like how I was talking.
Obama.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about this, where I'm like, I feel like everyone liked Obama so much that he escaped some criticism.
Which is like, which is kind of like, it's almost bullshit, right? Like your president, I don't care how.
I don't care if your jumper's nasty.
No, I don't care how likable you are as a person. Like I care about your track record, and I think that's a problem with like Obama too. Like Obama's cool, but a lot of his policies, like every president, were bullshit. And it's like people never say that about him. Like now, especially now that Trump's here, it's like Obama was this fucking patron saint of presidents.
Yeah, and George Bush also was amazing now.
Oh my God, it's hilarious to me. I remember George Bush being president. People fucking hated him,
Yeah.
Which I do love W, but
W.
George
W. Bush. I'm painting dogs now. Lil Bush.
I like to say thank you.
Remember Lil Bush?
Oh, it's the best cartoon of all time.
And remember it was like one season in, and then Bush, obviously like his second term was ending, and like in the show they were like, we didn't really think about this one.
I like when he's like little Cheney, like he had like Al Gore.
Ask not if someone can pass the butter to you. Ask who you could pass the butter to.
God.
That was really funny.
Yeah, Lil Bush.
You could never make a show like that anymore. Could you imagine like a little Obama?
It'd be racist.
Yeah, it would be racist.
Yeah, it'd be quote unquote racist. Yeah.
Or like you could do Little Trump because everyone already photoshops him little, which I think is fucking hilarious. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Where like Photoshop him to be mega little. That's really funny.
Have you you couldn't do Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. playing a black guy.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Tyler the Creator music video? Who Dat Boy?
No, yeah.
He stitches a white guy's face onto his face.
Amine did that. Remember
Amine's white in his red Mercedes video. Yeah. Tyler the Creator's been a white guy before in music videos.
Yeah. But I'm saying like the Robert Downey Jr. that shit would not fly.
Would not fly.
Which is one of the most funny movies of all time.
Yeah, and Vince Staples, the manager, was talking about how like he's on Nardwuar, and he was talking about how like one of the first guys he ever signed, like their first album was called like Bus Full of Pakistanis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it was like, unless you're actually Pakistani, not getting away with that one anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy how some language just gets restricted,
Yeah.
It's like we used to say that, we don't say that anymore,
Gives birth to people.
And it's weird because it's like, it's not like we don't want to make those jokes anymore, but you get crucified for making those jokes nowadays.
I mean, I don't understand. You just gotta do what I do and say # me no racist. But no big
you
deal.
think it's like, I think it's a straight up just like an owning it thing. It's like, look, it was funny, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I think common sense. I think just kind of be like, man, common sense applies. I mean, I understand if you're like just constantly making the same jokes or like if you're being genuinely hurtful to somebody, but it's like, I'm just joking around. Like I guess it's just all subjective too. Like what you could say is joking around and not, but it's just common sense. Like, yeah, obviously I'm not trying to make fun of black people. Like, or, Robert Downey Jr. in that movie. Like, it's just, it's supposed to be funny. You know what I mean? And there's black dudes in that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they call them out. What do you mean, new people?
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, he's a Australian guy in the movie playing a black guy, so he goes in blackface, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
He got an operation,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's really funny.
Oh my god, that movie's classic.
Suck your dick for some coke. That movie was hilarious. I'm remembering now how funny that movie was.
He's like, I'm a poppy seed farmer, and he's like, he gets caught. He's like, I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker. Yeah.
Please, untie me. I'll suck your dick for some coke.
Oh yeah. Or he's like, never go full retard. He's like, Forrest Gump, stupid, yes. Retarded, no. Slow, maybe. He's like, won an Oscar. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, 2001, Sean Penn, I Am Sam, went full retard, went home empty-handed. Never go full retard.
Yeah, that line doesn't get it. Yeah, it's like
those classic lines ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so I think this wraps up our Wednesday show pretty well. This show will come out on Wednesday. We're going to be working towards getting this shit uploaded earlier for you guys as well. So right now, if you don't know, the show comes out roughly around noon Eastern. It comes out noon Eastern on YouTube, but with iTunes, sometimes it syncs a little later, and there's not a way to queue up uploads on SoundCloud very easily. So I can't like if I have it done Tuesday night, I can't just queue it up to be uploaded or published or whatever, because it goes live the second you publish it. And so we're thinking about moving it a little earlier. We're going to start working towards moving it a little earlier. What I will say, until we can hammer down another time that this comes out on Wednesday, like an earlier time on Wednesday, is it will be up by noon.
Yeah.
Wednesdays. And that might mean that sometimes it comes up like Tuesday night, like way late at night or something. Like maybe I finished the edit really late and I think like I'll just upload it now. Maybe that'll happen. And so it'll be out at like 5 in the morning, because the edits take a long time. The YouTube videos themselves take like 3 hours, 4 hours to render sometimes. So
what if we'll talk about it after.
And so we'll be moving earlier and earlier. It should be up by noon, but we're going to try and work towards like a 9 or something where you can get it before you leave your house to go to work kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
And the Sunday episode, same deal. Noon at the latest, but it should be coming up earlier and earlier and earlier. And it also might start coming out maybe like Saturday night. You should have it by noon on Sunday, though.
So follow us at Factually Incorrect Podcasts.
Everywhere, except for Twitter.
And it's Podcast FI on that bitch.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, because we have a YouTube channel now, if you want to see what our waveforms look like, because that's really all it is.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/
And we're
Factually Incorrect Podcast.
about to go celebrate our nation's independence. I don't know what year it is, but god damn it, it's this year. It's what it is. 2017. We're gonna do it for Georgie. Do it for Benji tonight.
It's the year of the tiger.
Yes, get the eye of the tiger.
That's not true.
Globo Jim.
Peace.
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 Globo Jim.